comment by Mr. Pinker about how he was greatly cheered by the fact that the number of nuclear weapons had been reduced by 80%. Well, forgive me for pointing this out, but it doesn't actually solve the problem if you reduce the number of weapons by 80%, because all it takes is one weapon in the hands of one crazy person to blow us all up. It's a bit like the person with a gun to your head who says, "Don't worry, I've reduced the number of bullets in the chamber by 50%. I would not be terribly relieved by that. Perhaps Mr. Pinker would be. On my favorite Pinkerism, if I might coin a phrase, was another one he said, which was in talking of climate change, which he glossed over very quickly. He said, he dismissed it with the phrase, and this, I just love this, economists agree it's a solvable problem. Now, where to start? Where to start? First of all, economists? Like, in what fantasy world do you imagine that economists are the first place you turn for solutions to life's most complicated problems? This isn't a problem that can be solved with demand curves and with moving the interest rate up or down a basis point. This climate change is something that is embedded in some of the most complex social and political and economic problems of our day. It is about changing institutions, about confronting entrenched interests. It's about the way we behave. I could go on and on and on and on. It strikes me as typical of the kind of intellectualized fantasy world that I think our opponents are living in, that they would look at this extraordinarily complex issue and turn for help to the economics department of Harvard University, or, as the case may be, the House of Lords. Last one, there were many howlers, or too many howlers, really. I only have 45 seconds left from Mr. Ridley, but I was quite drawn to his notion that we could feed the world from a hydroponic farm the size of Ontario. I only two questions for him. One, first of all, how much science fiction do you read? Secondly, how much hydroponic food have you eaten? But the larger question here is, look, it's really, really easy to sit there and imagine a more perfect world. It's a lot more difficult to put many of those utopian notions into practice. On this side of the aisle, we are committed to reality.